10 habits that make people dislike you. All of us have good and bad habits, but did you know that some of these habits can make people dislike you? Most of the time, you may not even realize it, but our habits do affect those around us, in ways we might not have intended. Following are 10 habits that make people dislike you. Always being late. A habit that will guarantee to get on the nerves of people around you is constantly being late. Whether it's meeting friends for lunch or getting to work on time. People may dislike you if they feel you don't make enough effort to be punctual. So, what can you do to be on time? Setting your clock 5 minutes early. Preparing your things, clothes, bag, lunch, etc., the night before. Setting alarms to alert you of the time and when to leave so you get to your destination early. Constantly being negative. Another habit that makes people dislike you is constantly looking at the negative side of life. We all have bad days. But if you're constantly focusing on the worst-case scenarios, you might be putting people off from liking you. Think of it this way: negativity is contagious. Without even realizing it, you could be dragging other people's moods down. So, the next time you feel yourself focusing on the negative, try to reframe your thoughts. Think of all the positives instead. Being fake. And just as people don't like it when someone has the habit of always being negative, they also don't like people who are insincere and fake. Even if you only mean to impress people, it will backfire. Because the truth is, we can only pretend for so long before our true colors reveal themselves. And being fake is often associated with being dishonest or sneaky. So, stick to the old classic saying. Just be yourself. Being self-centered. Another habit that makes people dislike you is being self-centered. Simply put, making everything about you. If you want people to like you, your relationships have to have give and take. That means that both of you get to share your exciting news. Both of you show an interest in the other, and it never feels one-sided. Getting into people's business. You see, some people find it very intrusive if someone gets into their business or asks too many questions straight off the bat. And this is another habit that can make people dislike you, even if you're asking out of genuine concern or interest. So, the best thing to do in this situation is to judge your audience appropriately. If you've just met a girl who's a complete chatterbox and appears open to talking about her life, go for it. But if you're at work and your new colleagues seems to value their privacy, it's best to give them time to open up rather than hounding them with 101 questions before their morning coffee. Being a bad listener. Next up on our list of habits that make people dislike you is not listening properly. That includes interrupting people while they're speaking, not paying attention, looking at your phone, etc. Jumping to conclusions without asking questions to clarify what they mean. Yawning or appearing uninterested. The truth is, when people feel heard and understood, they feel good. They don't want to make friends with someone who doesn't value their opinion. If you're guilty of doing any of the above, you should practice active listening. Gossiping. Do you like discussing other people's juicy news? Look, we're all prone to gossiping every now and then, but if you're in the serious habit of it and you do it constantly, people will certainly dislike you. For the simple reason that gossipers can't be trusted. Make a point of staying away from other gossipers. When you do accidentally hear something about someone else, keep it to yourself. Being inconsiderate. Another habit that makes people dislike you is not being thoughtful or caring of those around you. This could be as small as walking through a door and not holding it for the person behind you, or as big as deciding to wear white to your best friend's wedding. The bottom line is, being inconsiderate tells people you don't care. You're not going to make an effort to accommodate their needs, likes, or desires. It links back to being self-centered. So, if you do feel like you can be inconsiderate some or most of the time, here's how to break out of this bad habit. Show empathy when interacting with others. Put reminders on your phone if needed to remember special occasions. If you see something that you know a friend would love, get it, even if it's not their birthday or Christmas time. Being untidy. At the office, no one wants to see your empty coffee cups lying around or paper scattered all over your desk. Even if your desk is personal, if the rest of the office can see it, it doesn't look very professional. And in your personal life? Well, family, housemates, etc., will certainly not enjoy picking up after you. So, how can you turn this habit around? Set aside just 10 minutes every day to clear away clutter. Whether that's 10 minutes before you leave work to clear your desk, or at home to tidy up before you go to bed. Being loud. Being loud isn't in itself a bad habit that will make people dislike you, but it can be depending on where you are. If you work in a bar, I doubt anyone will have a problem with it. But if you're in a public place, say a library or restaurant, and you talk at the top of your lungs, you will naturally rub people up the wrong way. You see, when someone is constantly loud, it can make them seem like they're trying to grab people's attention. The easiest way to get out of this habit is to simply practice. Ask a friend to help you by reminding you gently whenever you start going up in volume, and eventually you'll tune into it yourself. Thank you for watching this video.